What's up, guys? Welcome to another exciting edition of Real Estate Podcast, episode 422. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
And we're listening to the phone ring with Adam.
I'm not answering it. So
No,
let it ring.
I can't help you.
Oh, we watched The Black Phone too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a movie. It was a movie.
Like every once in a while, you know, in life, you come across a movie that just doesn't do it for you, or at least it didn't do it for me.
Or a movie that doesn't need a sequel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, at first, when I first started watching this movie, I was like, I had to make sure. I was like, did I get some kind of fucking Netflix movie or something? Like,
Yeah.
is this
Yeah, what was
connected?
with
Then I
that
started seeing little
weird-
flash things, you know, where it was like, okay, it's the same story.
What was with that weird little effect that they would put it on like every like couple of seconds or a couple of minutes? It'd be like, you know, like, ooh, it's spooky time. And they'd cut back to that kid just staring off into nothing.
Yeah. Well, I do think that the dream sequences were cool. Like the way that it was shot on like it was made to look like it was shot on like 8mm,
Yeah.
you know, had that real grainy effect and stuff. Like I thought that was kind of cool the way that they did that. But there was a lot of my biggest problem with the movie was that like in a horror movie, they usually do a really good job, at least a well-written horror movie does a really good job of explaining the rules of the world, right? And it's like, you know, Jamie Kennedy, you know, there's certain rules in order to survive a horror movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, the rules of the world didn't make sense because it's like the grabber can only hurt you whenever she's dreaming. So like she's pulling him out of hell somehow with her dream power. And the only time that he can interact with not only her, but seemingly anybody else that is in the area is when she's asleep. Like it just didn't make, like that was my interpretation. It didn't make sense, you know, because it's like, why would her dreams allow him to be able to hurt the other people that she's around? And
Well,
like,
it's
no,
like, it's like what you're saying though takes something like, for instance, like it takes a long time before Jason Voorhees gets spiritual, but
supernatural.
magical. Yeah, supernatural.
Yeah.
We just hit the fast lane with this and go with that because just by the one sentence that you just said yourself, it echoes Adam's sentiment of some films not needing a sequel. And it was when you were saying that the only time the grabber can get you, she's asleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It just, the rules of the world wasn't necessarily defined. And then it's like, they go to this camp so that they can try to understand more about their mom that supposedly committed suicide and all this kind of stuff. And now the grabber is targeting the sister that has this dream power that her mom had. Like, it's just,
I feel like Chat GPT could have wrote a better script.
yeah, I agree because it felt like that they were trying to do too much. And it's like it almost felt like that they were trying to turn a Joe Hill story into a Stephen King story in a way. And they failed on both and on all accounts, you know? And I haven't read the short story. I'm assuming that the first film pretty much captured, because it's a short story, pretty much captured the essence of what the short story is, you know?
yeah.
So it's like, this was just creative liberty. on the writer's part.
Well, milking
it
it.
seemed like.
That
Yeah.
first one did well.
Was
They were
Hill-
it was cheap to make. Let's make another one.
Was Hill involved with this one in any capacity?
I doubt it.
He did not. Is that the guy that wrote it?
Yeah.
He wrote the short story. Yeah.
I mean,
I doubt
they
it.
don't have his name anywhere on it.
Yeah.
Of course, like characters based on.
Yeah. I think it would have worked better if it was a legitimate prequel film and it focused on the mom. And the climax of the film be like the mom didn't actually commit suicide. The mom was killed by the grabber. And that also signaled that for the grabber to abduct her child too.
Grabber.
Yeah.
I hardly knew her.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would have worked much better as a prequel and explored that side of it because them trying to use the daughter as the replacement of what the mother is capable of doing and all this kind of stuff, like, okay, sure. Like I can suspend disbelief enough, this, that, and the other. You know, it's a horror film, sci-fi kind of vibes to like psychological horror in a way. It would have been nice to see like, okay, she went to this camp, he went to this camp. These kids were killed at this camp. While she was at camp, she started having these dreams and stuff, and she didn't really understand them because she was a kid. She was a teenager. And then as she got older, had kids, he starts showing back up and doing his shady nonsense again. And it'd be like, you know, they could have still kept the idea of the grabber being dead in the prequel, and the dead version of the grabber was what was coming to visit her and all this kind of stuff. And it, like, they could have done something more interesting with that, in my opinion, than trying to just make a direct sequel where it's like the boy in the story just seems to be there because he was in the first movie. He didn't really contribute to anything other than just being there, really, you know, and answering a phone every now and then whenever it was ringing.
Mm-hmm. You know, the Scott Derrickson, he directed the movie, wrote it with C. Robert Cargill. They did Doctor Strange, the first one. They wrote that.
That's wild.
Now they did like Sinister and all them, you know, VHS and
Yeah.
I mean, but when I saw that Doctor Strange on there, I was like, really?
Yeah, right.
Huh.
Yeah, how did we go from that to this? And I don't think that Ethan Hawke was actually there.
I saw pictures of him on set. I looked.
Okay, okay.
He's standing there holding the
Okay.
hatchet, got the mask in his hand, and I'm like, well,
Okay.
this looks fake.
Is it AI?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, he could have just did the VO work
Could've
and
phoned
been
it
like,
in.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And he
But
was
nah,
the
my
most.
eyes cut through that mask.
Yeah. Do they though? He was the most interesting part of the first film. You know, his character, his portrayal of that character was incredible. And it's like, yeah, the voice is there and all that kind of stuff and like this, that, and the other, but and going along with like the rules of everything, it's like the kid was, you know, kidnapped by the grabber. He ultimately killed him, all that kind of stuff, this, that, the other. But he's still seeing him and trying to cope with like everything that had happened to him. And it's like he really doesn't get a full arc because the girl deals with him at the end of the day. Like he beats his brains in, you know, whatever. The ghost brains, the demon hell brains or whatever of a fictitious whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just doesn't make sense, you know?
Well, it had a $30 million budget and it made $130 billion worldwide. So I look forward to seeing the next one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's why they keep making them.
Yeah,
cheap to
you're
make.
right. Yeah.
This would ruin a date night for me.
I mean, I
I'd leave
watched
like,
it.
we should have watched something else. Yeah, I'm talking about going to the theater though. Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, I can't believe I spent all this. I at least better get a fucking reach around or something.
Exactly. Well, and I watched it in a very somewhat similar environment. And whenever it went off, I was like, man, we could have been watching Fallout. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd rather
coulda
watch
watched-
a documentary.
yeah, exactly. Right.
I didn't watch it again. I watched this in November,
Yeah.
back when we picked these movies, and I was like, I need to watch that again and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I remember all I need to remember, and it was me sitting there watching it like, God, I can't wait till this goes off.
I mean, in the world of business with film, taking 30 million and making 130.
I mean, it sells.
that's
It's got
good.
decent reviews online, but every now and then you'll see someone's like, shouldn't have made this.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they got 130 million reasons why you're wrong.
Yeah. It's just the same thing that happens with most horror
All of them.
properties, though, right? Like, you get a good horror movie like The Conjuring, and then they release 4
Yeah.
sequels. And, like, none of them, I haven't watched the last one yet, but none of them have really, like, measured up to how good that
Mhm.
first one was, you know?
None of them have really conjured you to your chair.
No. And I mean, I'll watch the last one because it's supposed to tie up the story of the Warrens and all that stuff, whatever. It's great. But like, yeah, it just shows you that like horror movies are cheap, horror movies are easy, they're fast, and they make money. So it's fine. I really didn't enjoy it. I really liked that first one a lot.
Yeah.
I thought
First
it
one
was
was good.
very well made. Yeah. And I was having high hopes, but at the end of the day, it's like they dropped the ball. They dropped the phone. The handset, if you will, you know? And it's crazy that like at a certain point in the movie, she like sleepwalks to the house. It's like there was a freaking serial killer that lived here. We're just going to allow access to the house to anybody. Okay, sure. Makes sense. Even though it's been a couple of years. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm giving it a 0.5 star. Was not impressed.
I'm going to say, fuck this movie with a dinosaur dick and give it a 0.5 star.
I'm going to say fuck this movie completely and give it no star.
Fair enough.
It's a 1-star movie.
Definitely. Definitely a 1-star movie. It was just not well
They
made.
could have slapped a different name on the movie.
Yeah.
It just didn't even feel like the same, other than Ethan Hawke showing up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's the mask from the other one. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like,
it
why
kind of
is
felt
he?
that way, though, when it started out. I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Like, from the get-go, it felt cheap.
Yes, it did.
It was you're able to cover that up when you're just in that room the whole time.
Yes.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we're branching out here, huh? We're going to camp.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's all
Bible
the other
camp.
kids?
Yeah. Snowstorm. Oop. Oop. Okay.
Get snowed in at Bible camp. I hate when that happens.
Yep. And then that chick's name was Mustang.
Mm.
Like, what are we doing? Okay.
I'm serious, though. I bet you could take the script for this movie and run it through, or just run the first movie through AI and be like, give me a sequel.
Yeah.
And it would have been better than this. They
Yeah.
probably used AI, but they used like not a good one.
Yeah. They didn't
These
pay
guys
for
did
it.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has a stinker from time to time, you know?
If another one comes out, I don't even want to see it.
No.
It's like, first, I'm good with the first one.
Well, it's like he's dead. He's like conjuring him from hell, right? They killed the hell version of him. What else is there left?
You always come up with something.
Like, what more is
The
there to
mask is a
kill?
Horcrux.
They're going to say, yeah, right. Somebody finds it, and then now they're...
Put it on.
Yeah.
I want to
it's
lock
like,
kids
okay.
up in a room.
Yeah, right.
I need a bag of candy in a van.
Yeah. And that was ridiculous where it's like he takes her on a joyride in the van to her house. It's like they're just hanging out. Like he could have just ended it without her even really knowing about it, just killed her. And I thought that that's what happened whenever she was in that bunk bed and like she spun around and that blood was flying. I was like, oh, that would have been a twist. She's dead. Fuck it. She's dead. How are they going to do this shit now? You know?
Mm-hmm.
No, she got Megapod
Wrong.
on her, you know? Mm-hmm. So. But I did finally finish Welcome to Derry.
Pretty good. I don't think Travis finished it.
I mean, the last half of the season is all gas, no brakes.
That's what I said. I was like, it's worth it. Get through it.
Yeah.
And I already said something about like, there's a clip online, but like Pennywise dancing on that stage. I was like, this is what I came for.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. It was good, man. Like, especially like coming off of Stranger Things after watching that, coming onto this and all that kind of stuff. Like it was really good. And Dick, man, I love Dick. Like he was the
get the merch. Real estate.
yeah. I love Dick. And it's just him sweating.
It's that
him
box.
with that bottle. Oh yeah, right.
Box.
Oh,
I love Dick.
Yeah, I really liked what they did with his character. And I'm interested to see, like, are they going to do another season? Is it going to take place in a different time period?
That's what I've heard is that they're going to keep going back. You know,
that makes sense.
Like, like the next one will be like in the 30s or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, do that. Because, like, there's all this shit that he showed up all these years trying to do this.
Yeah. I laughed so fucking hard, dude, in one of those. I think it was the last episode where Dick's doing his thing after he drinks that tea and like he goes into the dream. The way that he looks when Pennywise wakes up, he's looking around at everybody like, what the fuck? And they're like, you're out stumbling around in the dark. What are you doing? It's like, yeah.
We got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And whenever he smacks him and he sees his hand and he's like, oh, Dick. I was like, oh, this is great, man. This is
whatever
great.
The guy that can see the ghost and when he's like,
Yes.
we need to leave.
Yeah, right.
You need to listen to that guy.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. He's like, I can see him. He's like, he opened that box. I can see everything now. He's like, as long as I don't acknowledge them, they won't fuck with me. And then he has to start acknowledging them, and they just won't leave him
They
the fuck
beeline
alone.
to him.
Yeah,
You can see me? Hey, motherfucker.
Yeah, help me.
Like, motherfucker,
Like,
you dead.
shit. Yeah.
You
It
take
was
a
a,
nap.
it was a, that was the thing to me that was so great about it was like, it was a great portrayal of like Jack trying to deal with having The Shining without knowing what it was and why he was an alcoholic and why and how it affected him like just the foreshadowing to The Shining and to that whole experience was just so well done. Like I wish that the team that did Welcome to Derry would do a limited series run of The Shining. And they could cast fucking Nicholson's son. He looks just like his ass,
Mm-hmm.
I would be down for that. Like, it would be great if they did that, because I think that you could get like 6 to 8 episodes out of that. You could tap more into what the book was doing, and on top of that, you could also incorporate some of the iconic things that Kubrick brought into it. You know, like. But yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's a
yeah,
good
I
show.
really
you know how
enjoyed
some
it.
shows are they're real big on like not killing kids in TV shows. This show was like, fuck them kids.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. I was talking to a chick at work, and me and Em was talking about how good it was, and she's like, "I watched the first couple episodes, and Pennywise isn't in it that much, so I'm not really interested." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no." I'm like, "You got to look at the pacing of this. Like, if you look at it, chapter 1, like, or whatever it was, volume 1, chapter 1, whatever. It's like the pacing was like the kids see their horrors, their fears, and then Pennywise shows up. Now imagine a 2.5 hour movie stretched over 8 hours. You're not gonna fucking throw Pennywise right out of the gate. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? And then after watching everything, I'm like, you need to finish watching
Yeah,
it, because
he's
you'll
in
get
it.
more than you'll
And
get more
you
than
learn
you.
stuff about him you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little backstory on him. But dude, the way that he runs up to somebody is
Yeah, willy
fucking
nilly.
creepy, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's so unhuman like.
Yeah.
Like that's what the way that AI used to think people would walk, like just
Yeah.
scurry up. It's like, whoa, what's a scurry?
Yeah.
Back, I'd be like, slow your roll, motherfucker.
Yeah. All
I don't
willy
like the way that guy
dude.
walks.
No.
He scurries.
The way that whenever they pull that dagger thing out, and the way that he stops and looks at it, and he's like frozen in time, I'm like, yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Good though. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what they do with it. I didn't know, whenever they were talking about doing like a prequel series, I'm like, do we really need it? All this kind of stuff. And it's like, after watching this, I'm like, yeah, we do. We absolutely do need it. So enjoyed it. Can't wait for more. We've got some good shows, man.
Yeah.
The next thing on the to watch list is Fallout. We're going to start that. And still got to finish Peacemaker. That's kind of fallen to the back, but it's still there,
Mm-hmm.
But
It's worth a Google.
yeah, oh yeah. I got to see what's going to happen there. But yeah. But we got a little bit of movie news here. Oh, have y'all guys watched anything interesting?
Like I was telling y'all the other day, I watched that No Other Choice. Good movie. I watched Rental Family.
Yeah.
When that went off, I was like, I want to move to Japan and do that. Like,
Right.
rent me. I'll hang
Yeah.
out with them for money.
Yeah.
Should I hang out with people for free all the time?
Yeah, it's like, pay me, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'll pretend to be your dad.
Yeah. Why not?
Not as sad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Both
It
good
wasn't the
movies.
well sad, right?
Mm-mm.
That was very depressingly sad.
I think that that no other choice that'll get like an award or something. It'll be nominated as a foreign film.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Yeah, I'm
Wet
interested
Shot.
in peeping that, because I like that dude from Squid Game. So
Yeah.
he cool. He cool.
Yeah, watch that.
Yeah. I've been pretty much just watching that stuff and Ricky Gervais show still.
I've been watching Twin
good,
Peaks.
The original run or the sequel run?
Yeah,
Okay.
the original. Gonna build up to like, I mean, if I watch this,
Might as
it was
well,
my
right?
grandfather's idea. I was like, motherfucker, we tried to watch this a while back. You wouldn't pay attention. I was like, let's fire it up. boy,
Yeah.
they get you like because this shit came on like NBC or something back in the day, you know, like something like that. But like that first season is just kind of like who killed Laura Palmer?
Yeah.
It's just kind of normal. And then it gets to the second season, it's like we're receiving fucking messages from space that said the fucking owls aren't what they seem. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, what are we doing?
It's getting
crazy
weird.
Clown time. Yeah. Yeah, that's something that I want to go back and revisit for sure, you know. I did see that towards the end of this month, I believe they're bringing Scrubs back.
The reboot or like, you know, yeah.
So I'm interested in catching up with JD and Turk and Dr. Cox and, you know.
You think it'll be as good?
If they let them go there.
If they let them?
Yes. If they let them go there, yes, I think it will.
I'm going to need to see a picture of the writer's room.
Yeah, right. I mean, if they let them just be completely unhinged and like, you know, because that was the thing that made
like the dark
original
jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was what was so great about the original run was because like, and they did a great job at like, you live and breathe in this like depressing environment. And how do people that work in healthcare cope with all this stuff? Well, they make jokes. They try to make jokes, and you have they were able to expertly weave those heartfelt moments into all that stuff. And you saw how, you know, Dr. Cox, for example, tough exterior, a shell that can't be broken through. And then you have those episodes with Brendan Fraser. And it's like, he's just a dude, you know, he just copes with all of this stuff in a very different way than the way that JD, Turk, and everybody else kind of copes with it, you know? And it's like, if they're able to
silent type.
Yeah. And it's like, hopefully they'll be able to recapture that lightning in a bottle. I mean, it's been hard for shows like that to come back and recapture that, but it's got to be better than the last season that they dropped for sure. And hopefully it'll be good. I'm going to watch it and see, you know.
I watched The Rip. That's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's new Netflix movie.
Was it good?
It's one of those movies.
With Ben Affleck and Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. I mean, it's one of those.
Yeah.
It ain't no fucking Departed.
Right.
And it's no Scorsese.
Yeah.
But when they were on Rogan, they said that in the Netflix contract, you have to mention the plot of the movie in the movie at least 3 to 4 times. You have to remind people what's going on because they know people aren't paying attention. They're looking at their phones.
That's crazy.
And as I was watching that, I told my grandfather that before we watched the movie, and I was sitting there watching it with him. Didn't touch my phone the whole time.
Yeah.
And I kept looking over at him like on his.
Yeah.
And I would, when he put it down after a minute, he'd be like, what are they? And I'm like, don't worry, they'll tell you in a second. They'll remind you.
Yeah.
What's going on. It was kind of different. Like they go on this call to like there's some dirty cops. Some cop gets killed that they're friends with. Ben Affleck was banging her.
Of course.
And they're all like, and they think there's some dirty cops. And the rip is like when you show up at a house that's got a bunch of money. There's like $20 million there. They're all like looking around at each other. Like, I mean, probably be easier just to steal this. It would be to count it, you know? Like,
yeah, right.
Making jokes.
Yeah.
I can do a lot with this. Like, I've never seen a movie from that angle. And they say it's based on like some true events. Like,
yeah,
they're trying to, you know, flesh out the dirty cops.
Right.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it and I was like, okay. But it's interesting that in the Netflix contract, it's like, okay, so short form entertainment has really altered how the younger audience in particular interacts with long form content, you know?
It's like as soon as they start talking a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
Like even my grandfather, they start talking, man, I've lost him. He's on his phone. He's like, I'll put it down when they blow something up. Like even him.
Yeah. which is nuts, man, because it's like when I sit down and watch a movie, like the last thing I'm messing with is my phone. Unless
I'm
something's
not looking
going
at
on.
Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sure.
I'm like, that shit'll be
Yeah.
there later.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'll
exactly.
stop it. I'm like, you need to hear what they just said.
Yeah,
That's going to matter later.
yeah. But if movies start to incorporate that, like big budget theatrical releases, like could you imagine like Nolan or Tarantino or some of these like
Well, these are the big theater people that are like, it needs to be in the theater because I feel like there's less of that at the theater.
yeah.
It happens.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's not as bad. Nowhere
It's a
near
little
as
different when you
bad.
had to pay.
Yeah,
Usually it's, the person that's on the phone's like came with somebody.
yeah. I wonder
Turn
if
that
they're
fucking
in the
light off.
I wonder if in the future they're going to start incorporating different versions of the film. It's like you go in there, like for real, you
the
go on
condensed
Netflix.
version.
Well, you go on Netflix and it's like, what kind of viewer are you?
Short
Are you
attention
someone?
span cut.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
the short attention span cut is like 30 minutes longer because they have to reiterate the plot so many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's, I don't know. It's just food for thought, but like it's crazy that this is the world that we're in right now, So, but we got a little bit of movie news here. So, Netflix boss reveals surprising truth about streamers' theatrical plans before Warner Brothers deal was ever considered. So, Netflix boss Ted Sarandos has completely blown his no theatrical releases stance by revealing that the company has considering launching a theatrical arm long before making their bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. Having been well documented for his comments pushing back on the idea of Netflix getting into the business of putting their original movies into theaters, at least for more than the minimum requirement for them to qualify for major awards, it is something of an unexpected revelation that such a thing seems to have constantly been on the agenda. In the company's Q4 2025 earnings call, co-CEOs Sarandos and Greg Peters explained that despite comments previously made, they're not against theatrical releases and were just focused on enduring the swift growth of their streaming platform as a priority. Sarandos said, "We were not in the theatrical business when I made those observations. Remember, I've said it many times, this is a business, not a religion. So conditions change, insights change, and we have a culture that we reevaluate things when they do. We debated many times over the years whether we should build a theatrical distribution engine or not. And in a world of priority setting and constrained resources, it just didn't make the priority cut. Now Netflix is about to gain their own ready-made theatrical distribution arm with their purchase of Warner Brothers Discovery." Sarandos said of the deal, "We will have the benefit of a scaled world-class theatrical distribution business with more than $4 billion of global box office, and we're excited to maintain it and further strengthen that business." So it's interesting to look at it from that perspective because it's like, why build it when you can buy it? Like,
Mm-hmm. And the movies they have, they want to put in the theater, they could just put them out through.
yeah. But I mean, it makes sense. We've seen stuff like, whenever they did The Irishman and stuff like that, they released it
Mm-hmm.
long enough theatrically for it to be considered for,
The Frankenstein
Academy
movie.
Awards. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense that this has always been a consideration, especially since the award cycle is not going to even consider films, which I think is stupid at the end of the day. Because if a banger drops, then it should be considered, regardless of how it is presented to the world,
Yeah, why does it have to be in the theater?
Exactly. It's almost like it's a lesser form of art if
Yeah.
it's not in the theater, So yeah, it's kind of dumb, but like it makes more sense now. Like not only are they getting that catalog, not only are they getting access to an entire cinematic universe with DC, like they're also getting a time-tested, world-class theatrical engine that just releases. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Did this article mention the cash bid? This was 4 hours ago. Did it mention that?
No.
So Netflix has upgraded their offer to $72 billion all cash bid.
Jesus. They're probably going to get it.
Yeah. They don't want it sold to Paramount.
Yeah.
And that CEO, that David Zaslav, for some reason, he doesn't like the Larry Ellison.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Sure, he's got
I
reason.
get it. Yeah.
I mean, him filing that lawsuit, it's like, oh, yeah, I get it.
72 billion all cash. That's hard to pass.
Yeah.
Upfront money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll leave it in the theater for 17 days.
Yeah. That's walking away money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's like fuck a sunset. I own the sun.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
You know, talking about Netflix on that podcast when Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, they were talking about like how people watch Netflix. Like they have to look at that data, and it's like people are watching old catalogs. Yeah. That's what they're watching. That's the big money grabber. Like people are getting on there watching Seinfeld or old shit. Like they might watch a new release, but that's what's keeping them around.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm sitting around the house, like Ricky Gervais show, that came out, 15 years ago?
Something like that.
And it's like, I can put it on. I've seen it before. It's background noise. If I want to look up and laugh for a couple of minutes, I will.
It's like a podcast.
How many candles are you burning?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right.
What's your 20? So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And that back catalog makes sense why people would go there. It's just, I'm sure it'll be announced probably within the next couple of weeks that Netflix is going to be acquiring it. And then I'm interested to see, because that they've had to have, there has to have been some type of a conversation that's happened with Netflix and James Gunn, Peter Safran about, the future of the DCU. I'm sure some of those conversations have happened in some way, shape, or form,
Yeah, so this article says that the Warner Brothers Discovery Board of Directors has approved a new all-cash bid.
Okay. So yeah.
Could be as high as $82 billion.
Well, it sounds like it's just a matter of signing paperwork and cashing checks,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here for it. We'll see what happens. So the fate of the Indiana Jones franchise gets unexpected update. Indiana Jones franchise appeared to end a high with 1989's incredible Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, but decades later, Harrison Ford's intrepid, if aging adventurer returned for two more movies with The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and The Dial of Destiny. While these movies were seen by some as inferior to the original trilogy, mainly thanks to the increasing need to suspend disbelief over the character's increasing age, it looks like there is still space for more Indiana Jones in the world. At least that is what Kathleen Kennedy has suggested. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was released in one of the worst years ever for big-budget blockbuster movies, when Warner Brothers' The Flash, Disney's The Little Mermaid, and Marvel Studios' The Marvels all massively underperformed during their theatrical runs. Even with the movie scoring well with audiences, the film ended up making just $393 million, which did not look great against the reported $350 million budget. Yet, despite that, outgoing Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy has hinted that we have probably not seen the last of Indy in one form or another. Speaking to Deadline, Kennedy was asked if she felt Ford had perhaps stayed for one movie too many, to which she replied, no. I have no regrets about that because Harrison wanted to do that more than anything. He did not want Indy to end with the fourth movie. He wanted a chance at another, and we did that for him. I think that was the right thing to do. He wanted to do that movie. I don't think Indy will ever be done, but I don't think anybody is interested right now in exploring it. But these are timeless movies, and Indy will never be done. She then added the most surprising tease that there could still be a chance of the old team reuniting again, saying, "You never know, but we are all still here, Stephen and Frank and I, and Harrison and George. So we get to say whether there's going to be any more or not."
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think that they should do with the character, with Indiana Jones?
Like Harrison Ford?
No, just the character. And do you think that they should recast him?
I mean, dude's like 80 something, right?
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
You
let
could
some
deepfake
time pass. Let some time pass. Recast him. Harrison Ford cameo. $1 billion.
Yeah. I could see that.
The last one was Dial of Destiny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2023.
Yeah. 3 years.
Let some time pass, you know?
And he is 83.
Yeah, I
bet
don't
he
see
don't want to
him.
hear shit about no Indiana Jones.
No, hell no, dude. I don't think he would come back. I don't even know if he'd
It'd have
come
to be
back
a
for
lot of money.
Yeah.
And he's already got a lot. Like, he's like enough to buy a whole airport.
Yeah, right.
See what
I
his
mean-
net worth is. $300 million. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll take $1
I mean,
billion.
But the thing is like, do you guys feel like with the Han Solo film? You know, I thought that the guy that they cast to play Han Solo in the Solo film did a great job. I thought
Yeah.
that he was a great representation of the character. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. But since Harrison Ford wasn't there, since all this other stuff, it seems like it caused the film to suffer. Not only that, but also like the writers walking away, directors changing hands, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 behind the scenes stuff seemed to hurt it as well. But it seemed like one of the biggest things that hurt it was the fact that Harrison Ford wasn't there. Do you guys feel that if they were to recast, if they pulled the American version, which they should have already done in my opinion, but if they treated Indiana Jones as the American version of James Bond?
Well, and like, there's still like, I mean, we've only seen these little stories. There's a lot of stories.
Exactly.
It's like with that version, yeah, like he had his run. And it could be any time. Could be a younger one. Glenn
Yeah.
Powell.
Yeah.
He'd probably be a good
He's
Indiana
very-
Jones. He's funny.
Yeah. He's funny, very charismatic. Yeah. I mean, I would be good with that. And do you think that they should do something to where instead of it being like Indiana Jones recast, that it's like, it's just a standalone story of an unnamed character that is similar to Indiana Jones that, you know, that kind of lives in that same world in a way.
Did have Indiana Jones if there's no Jones related.
Well, they could do like Indiana Jones Presents,
Mm.
you know, the Dial of Tomorrow. And it's like, here's this, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Like just,
It's Nicolas Cage.
You know.
We're going to find the doll tomorrow.
yeah.
Wrong movie franchise.
Yeah. I mean, that way you could cast younger, older. It could be these seemingly no names. You get these one-off stories.
I mean,
You know, sometimes-
it's going to be Indiana
I-
Jones if they do it.
I think you just recast. You recast them because eventually, and this is the truth of it. Eventually, people are gonna not know who the fuck Harrison Ford even.
I mean, most young people don't.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
They're not going to watch it anyway. They don't care about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. But yeah. So we'll see. Of course, that there's always going to be, the potential for Indiana Jones. I mean, you don't spend that kind of money to acquire that. It's like Star Wars. You don't spend that kind of money for there not to be Star Wars, for there not to be Indiana Jones, So, James Cameron suggests Avatar's future movies will have to make cuts to continue. So James Cameron has probably done just enough to ensure that his Avatar franchise will continue with its proposed plan to release Avatar 4 and 5 in 2029 and 2030. However, with Avatar Fire and Ash set to end its theatrical run well behind the box offices of its predecessors, there is a big question about how Cameron can please Disney bosses and continue the Avatar franchise without blowing his budget. This is what Cameron had to say. Michelle Yeoh is definitely going to be in 4, and if we make 4. Here's the thing. The movie industry is depressed right now. Avatar 3 cost a lot of money. We have to do well in order to continue. We have to do well, and we need to figure out how to make Avatar movies more inexpensively in order to continue. If we continue to, and we do 4, we also do 4 and 5 together. So we made 2 and 3 together, one big story, and then 4 and 5 is another big story. And Michelle will be in 4 and 5, and she will play a performance capture character. Her character's name is, I ain't even gonna try. She will be a Navi, or a Navi.
Listen.
Navi.
It made $1.3 billion already, and they're like, we got to make cuts.
Yeah, right.
It made how much?
1.3 billion worldwide. 3, the one that's out now.
Yeah.
He's greedy.
But it's not enough.
Greedy and lazy.
It's not enough. Yeah, it's not enough, dude.
Well, it's like, he's like, if we could just figure out a way. It's like,
yeah.
I think there's a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty sure.
Well, and that's where it leads. It says there have been some conflicting comments and reports about James Cameron and his feelings about the ever-advancing use of AI in Hollywood. This is what he said last year, speaking to comicbook.com. I'm not negative about generative AI. I just wanted to point out we don't use it on Avatar films. We honor and celebrate actors. We don't replace actors. That's going to find its level. I think Hollywood will be self-policing on that. We'll find our way through that. But we can only find our way through it as artists if we exist. So it's the existential threat from big AI that worries me more than all that stuff.
So, it says there like, so the first one made almost $3 billion worldwide. That is a lot of money. The second one, a little over 2, like 2.3. But when he's like, what did he say? The film industry is going through a depression. It's like, no, that's the economy, stupid. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah. And my thing is like, I haven't even watched Avatar 2 and 3. And it's not because I'm not interested. It's just because it's like, there's so much other things to watch that like, I can watch Avatar anytime. I watched the first Avatar on Netflix and then went to the theater and watched it in 3D after I watched it on Netflix.
And the 3D was cool, but it was like, the story wasn't like the greatest.
No.
Not really.
Dances with Wolves.
Yeah. In space.
Been there, done
space.
That. Yeah, Space Wolves, dude.
It was like the 3D was cool.
Yeah. It's just, it's just one of those situations where it's like, what is his expectations? What is the studio's expectations? Yeah, and it's like, dude, you can't expect, like, you're making 5 Avatar movies.
Yeah.
Man. If this was a trilogy, then maybe.
Remember, he was like, I'm going to make them for the rest of my life. Remember, that's the way it used to be. Like, I'm making nothing but Avatar.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, you sure you want to say that out loud?
Yeah. He was like, I want to make 9 of them. It's like, dude, that's too much, man.
Just
Make a
TV
series.
show.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just
I think it would do
fucking-
better as a show.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I
Kind of
agree.
hard to cram all that shit into
Yeah.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I think the first one was close to 3.
Yeah. I think that if anybody, the straw that's going to break the camel's back per se is if Cameron decides that he wants to experiment with using AI, generative AI, whatever he decides to do. And once Cameron does it and shows that it's okay, then it's going to open the floodgates to the rest of the industry because the industry is using it, whether they want to admit it or not.
Well, it's like they think people are going to be like, oh, I'm not going to watch that. It's
Yeah.
like, why?
Exactly.
Like someone, you can go online and generate something with AI. It's not going to come out great. You got to actually spend some time to
Yeah.
tinker with it. And it's all about
Yeah.
the prompt.
Yeah. Well, and that's like a conversation that I was having with Corey yesterday. It's like because he has like a subscription to Chat GPT and all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that he was thinking about running some scenarios for the stuff that we're working on through it. And I was like, well, I've done that. He's like, well, I didn't know how you'd feel about doing that. And I said, here's the thing. I'm like, inputting data into like AI or an LLM, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
and giving it all of the parameters that it needs and say, I want you to run this scenario 5 billion times and give me the results of it in an easy to read and understand way. It's data. You're inputting and outputting data at that point. You know what I mean? It's a tool to be used if used correctly. And the whole AI argument about, well, people are going to lose jobs and stuff. It's like whenever you are a creative person that has a limited access to money,
Yeah.
tools, whatever,
Studio time.
Yes. Yes. It doesn't hamper your creativity.
No.
It's
It's another tool, man.
Exactly. So it's like, I get both sides of it, man. But at the end of the day, it's here. We have to learn to live with it in some capacity, So I think that he'll probably end up using AI because it will be cheaper in the long run
Well,
for him to use generative AI.
yeah. And like with Corey, you're talking about running it through Chat GPT. It's like, don't just run it through one.
Yeah, run it through a bunch.
I mean, I use a bunch of them. I do use Grok more because like they just opened like it's definitely the biggest one.
Yeah.
I mean, they've opened this new factory. I can't remember what they call it. It was like, that it's like reached a damn gigabit. It's way bigger than any, and like the next Grok 5, my grandfather's been using it to trade stocks.
I mean,
Like going on there and getting like cheap stocks that are new, and it's like this one's probably going to blow up soon because there's a lot of buzz about it. And you buy it real cheap.
yeah.
Next thing you know, you've made like 40 grand.
Yeah. I mean, I might do that.
And
Mm-hmm.
GPT, OpenAI, they're in a lawsuit right now with Musk. There's about to be a big lawsuit. They're bleeding money.
Yeah.
They say by like 2027 they may be bankrupt. So now they're going to start putting ads on it.
Right.
They got this little
of course.
device they're making, like a pen. But I use it all the time, dude. Like when you're cooking something, you'll be like, give me a recipe for this. It'll give you a recipe. And then you can ask questions like, well, I don't have that. Can I just put this in it? And it's like, oh, yeah, that'll be fine. Just tweak it like this.
Right.
I use it all the time, probably every day. I don't even use Google anymore.
Right.
Because I can ask Grok a question and you'll see it. I like to go to the thinking mode. So I know, take a little bit extra time. You can have a couple more seconds.
Yeah.
Don't work too hard. But it'll show you in the
Yeah.
corner. It's like, it's like websites. You could see it spinning like, it looked at 75 different websites
Yeah.
and then gave you all the answers from everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's the future, man. The future. But speaking of the future, Mark Ruffalo finally reveals if Hulk has a role in Avengers Doomsday. It will not feature Mark Ruffalo as the Incredible Hulk.
Put that on the front street.
Yeah.
Nope.
In the new issue of Empire Magazine, Ruffalo revealed that he won't be turning up for the fight in Doomsday, although he remains positive about his place in the MCU. As long as they keep finding cool things to do with Hulk, it's given me so many gifts. You know, I probably wouldn't be in Crime 101 if it wasn't for the Avengers, he said. They raised a number of questions pertaining to the Hulk's appearance in this summer's Spider-Man Brand New Day. Could he be in serious danger? This comes after the Task actor was asked by talk show host Jimmy Fallon why he wasn't included in last year's record-breaking Doomsday cast video, which panned across endless chairs with names on them, announcing their involvement to the world. Ruffalo quipped, "They decided that it was better to get rid of me than for me to tell the end of the next movie."
I have something to add to this. Out of all these celebrities that you do see, and you know, some of them maybe a little more, but they're new. Ruffalo's like real big on,
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
interviews and saying what he thinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can tell that companies are like, let's not do that because it's kind of hurting our business.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Because it's like, you're doing it without the Hulk?
Well, and you still have Secret Wars after that. You know, there's several people that's not going to be coming for Doomsday. And it's like, there's a good possibility that those people that are missing are going to show up or be a core team or be whatever.
He could also be lying.
Yeah, he could be.
They're going to leave. Like, when they give us that list of cast, it's like, oh, you just told us everybody's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Probably not.
No, there's going to be a lot of
Kang might show back up, Wouldn't
that be great?
I think we'll see him again.
Jonathan Majors shows up?
I think we will.
Yeah. In some way, shape, or form, yes. But speaking of Avengers Doomsday, Marvel fans, convincing theory may have cracked the code on those Avengers Doomsday teasers. So 2 days after the Russo brothers teased the Avengers Doomsday teaser trailers were hiding clues, one fan might have cracked the code. A Reddit user has theorized that the numbers at the end of each trailer that flicker before the countdown correspond with time codes for Avengers Endgame. Specifically, each Endgame time code ties into a plot point that will be picked up in Doomsday. The Steve Rogers teaser code 1E:24BER:02020 would match Endgame's time code of 1 hour, 24 minutes, 20 seconds, the exact moment where the Ancient One tells Bruce Banner that taking an Infinity Stone creates branching realities. The Thor teaser ends with blah, 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 which translates to 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 20 seconds, which is the moment in Avengers Endgame that Ant-Man kicks the briefcase containing the Tesseract, ultimately leading to Loki's escape and the events of the Loki series. X-Men teaser code, which corresponds to the scene in Endgame where Rocket asks Thor if he is crying at 1 hour, 11 minutes, 20 seconds. This is particularly appropriate for the X-Men one, as Deadpool and Wolverine has Deadpool himself asking why is Thor crying. Meanwhile, the final teaser features Shuri, M'Baka, Namor, and the Thing from Fantastic Four. Ends with the time code, which translates to 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 20 seconds in the Endgame, which is when the characters are planning the time heist, the event that in many ways kicks off the multiverse saga. The theory is certainly captivating and in many ways checks out. However, why Avengers Endgame specifically and not any other Marvel Studios movies? Well, it appears to be because Avengers Doomsday is being positioned as a direct sequel to Endgame. This is not only apparent in the fact that the Russo brothers are returning, but also in the first teaser trailer, which revealed Chris Evans' return as Steve Rogers. Disney is also re-releasing Endgame in theaters in September 2026 to build excitement for Doomsday.
You know, remember that scene where he said, "Why is Thor crying?"
Yeah.
And it was him.
And he was
Thor.
there.
And he was like,
Yeah.
"Well, we'll get to that later."
Yeah.
He said something like that, like, "Oh, well."
Yeah. We'll get there later.
I know why he's crying.
This guy ran it through AI, or he's got one hell of a SWAT board.
He just got dunked on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he had a lot of free
Thor
time
crying.
after straight. Yeah, he just got dunked on, dude. Of course, it is worth noting that is all speculation. During the early days of the Infinity Saga, there was a theory that each of the Infinity Stones containers would spell out Thanos, a theory that ultimately proved false. The rampant speculation about a non-existent secret final episode of Stranger Things shows that some fans sometimes enjoy solving a puzzle more than actually watching the story. This theory won't be verified until Doomsday hits theaters on December the 18th, 2026, but it will be fun idea to circle back at the end of the year.
They did say that the clips mean something.
Yeah, and I mean that's.
I mean, they do all have some kind of code.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run it through AI and see what it says.
Oh yeah, might as well, dude. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot of movie news. I mean, it's January, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Iceageddon is supposed to start happening in like 3 days. You know, Greenland is happening. It's like there's not a lot. There's not a lot going on right now.
Yeah, they're like, fuck the
As
movies.
far as
We're watching this one.
yeah, we're watching real
We're living one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you know.
Oh, this weekend I hope I'm gonna be like fucking King of the North.
Yeah, right. Open the gate.
Winter's coming.
Yeah. I gotta go get some toilet paper and some bread and some milk, dude.
That's what I told somebody. I was like, you better get some toilet paper. You remember what happened a few years ago when they were like, there's going to be a toilet paper shortage. It was like, well, now there's really going to be one because
Yeah, right.
I saw motherfuckers with buggies full of toilet paper, and it's like, motherfucker, like, you got enough toilet paper for 3 years.
Yeah.
You have one shitty ass, you know?
Yeah. Like, if people don't run out and do that, there's enough for everybody. I know they're buying baby wipes.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go and stock up on a few things for Iceageddon 2026, but you know,
Yeah, I told you,
man.
I might get a cheese tray. Maybe a
like
cheese
a
ball, some
charcuterie
club crackers. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sitting around by candlelight with a good book,
Oh yeah, dude.
flipping pages,
yeah.
eating cheese on
Oh,
crackers. Shit, that sounds like a vacation to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Operation
how bad
Hail
was it?
Mary,
Well, it's
dude.
kind of like camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I have to have water. That's the
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't run out of water. I'm like, I'll freak
Yeah.
out. I'm gonna break out the percolator. Be
Yeah,
building a fire if they're
right.
trying to make coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if the shit don't hit the fan, we'll be back here next week. I mean,
Yeah, right. I mean,
I come back with one hell of a story.
What are we gonna watch?
Oh, him.
yeah, I've seen some mixed reviews on it, but I'm still interested in watching it.
Yeah, it's an interesting movie. I actually might go ahead and watch it again because it has been since November, but it was like, I wasn't mad at it.
Right. How was Marlon Wayans?
He was good.
He's usually pretty
he
good.
played that role. Not a stitch of comedy either. Like,
Right.
ain't nothing funny about what's going on there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm gonna try to get some Fallout in potentially. We'll see, you know. trying to get Command Central back up and running. You know, there's a lot on the table over
I'm
there.
gonna try to figure out what the fuck who killed Laura Palmer.
Oh shit! Good luck. You know.
I think it was the man with the neckerchief.
Yeah.
Michael Parks showed up.
No shit.
Plays a French guy
Okay.
named Jean.
Wee wee. You know.
Yeah, this woman wakes up. They like drugged her and knocked her out, and she wakes up in the bed. This chick, she's like 17, and she's like working at a brothel, by the way.
It's like, okay.
And her dad owns the place, and I'm like, because she like snuck it. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a different time, but she wakes up, and Michael Parks is like rubbing chocolate on her lips, and he's like, "Oh, you like that? Tell me to take it easy with you, baby."
And,
I'm like,
okay. Yeah.
He's like, "There's more where that came from." He slides it in her mouth. I'm like, "All right." Michael Parks has entered the fucking chat.
Yeah. Do I have a SWAT board going on over there?
No. After I'm always we'll be a few days or we'll watch some more, and he's like, I don't even remember what happened the last time. I'm like, they burned the wood plant down. The shit, but the music is it's dated.
Yeah.
It's like watching a soap opera.
I mean,
And it keeps showing one on the TV, like a fake one that people are watching, and it's almost like it's
Yeah.
making fun of it.
right.
But just David Lynch. My granddad said Blue Velvet made more sense than this.
Shit. Blue.
Damn.
Don't look at me. You fucking fuck. All right, we'll watch him.
I'm ready
Snowboard
for
checks
it.
The flag is raised.